Hello, everybody, and welcome to Module 2. This is our second week, and this week we are going to get started on short stories. You're going to start learning about annotation. Annotation is just a fancy word for note-taking. And you're going to be learning quite a few different note-taking techniques just because we all have different ways of thinking. We all have different ways of doing things. Some people like to be really organized. Some people are more creative and they like to do some creative things. So I'm going to be teaching you a couple of different, a few different reading strategies as far as note taking. And then eventually we'll get to the point where I'm going to let you decide which one works best for you. But I want to teach you each one of these and have you do each one to kind of understand what it's like. And then you can make an informed decision later. So we're going to start reading our short story or narrative unit this week. You're going to focus on one short story, and you're going to be introduced to some really basic literary devices that you got to know what they are and how to find them, because it's kind of basics for any English class. Plus, we're going to start working on building your content-specific vocabulary for English class. What is content-specific? Well, those are just words that you would use with a particular topic. So when we're looking at short stories or novels, there are particular words that we would use when analyzing those stories. So we're going to start building that vocabulary. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So what are our targets for this week? Well, your target is to use the TQE reading strategy to demonstrate your thinking about a text. There is a video that's going to instruct you on how to do that, along with written instructions. You'll be identifying literary devices in a short story, including a plot diagram like what you see there. You'll be citing relevant evidence from a text to support your comprehension. That just means finding facts in the story and including them in your writing. You'll, for our grammar lesson this week with your question of the week, you're going to be writing sentences using concrete and abstract nouns. So you'll be learning about those. And we're going to get started with our independent reading. So you're going to be choosing a text. It could be a physical book. It could be an ebook. It could be an audio book. It might be a podcast. So you're going to have an opportunity to choose something in which you'll be reading for at least 15 minutes each weekday, Monday through Friday. You're going to have to do some note-taking with your reading, which is why I'm kind of teaching you all these different types of note-taking. You're going to have 3 reflections over the course of the marking period to show what you have learned from the reading and to show your thinking about it and kind of reflecting back on it. And then at the end of the grading period, you will have a presentation to give. You get to choose what kind. You can do a video presentation, you could do a podcast, or you can do a Google Slides with an audio voiceover. But you're going to be sharing the reading that you did, the impact that it made on you, what you noticed about the writer's craft, and all of that, just kind of all the reflections, all the thinking you've done about your text. So, new learning this week, TQE. So if you click on this one, it's going to show you the video of me walking you through that strategy. This is a Google Slides presentation that just shows you all 5 of the different types of note-taking that we might or might not get to, but TQE is included in there if you want to take a look at that. And we're going to be reading The Most Dangerous Game. So that is a link that'll take you to the story. All of this information is also included in Google Classroom. This link goes to your grammar lesson in Khan Academy about concrete and abstract nouns. So that is your question of the week. And then this is going to be the Google Slides presentation for the different literary devices that I want to make sure you understand what they are. And then you'll be able to identify them in The Most Dangerous Game. So your learning tasks this week. Monday, I'm going to be introducing you to your independent reading for this quarter, and you need to choose a text by Friday. Then also on Monday, your TQE reading strategy. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then you'll start reading the story. You need to have those notes done by Wednesday, because then our Zoom meeting on Thursday, you're going to be meeting in small groups to talk about your thinking from your notes. Tuesday, question of the week with your grammar lesson. That shouldn't take you very long, about 15 minutes. So if you don't get completely through the story on Monday, you've got the rest of the time on Tuesday in which to do that work. Please remember to post your response, your answer to the question by Thursday. That gives everybody 24 hours to look at the responses and leave a reply to another student's response by Friday. Wednesday, we're going to look at different literary devices, what they are, and kind of giving you some examples. And then you're going to go back into looking at your notes and your at the story. You might be adding some more information to your TQE notes about those literary devices as you find them in the story. Thursday, you've got an assignment to show your comprehension of the story, and it's a choice. There are 3 different options. You get to pick one of those options to show what you know about the story and to demonstrate your knowledge of the evidence, of the facts of the story. And then on Friday, you're going to be showing or sharing, I should say, your independent reading text using Flipgrid. That's just a really quick 1-minute video where you're going to introduce your text, whatever it might be, telling us who the title or the author or the creator is, if it's a podcast, why you chose that, and a prediction, what you expect to get from this. There is a sample from me in that Flipgrid, so if you're not quite sure what it should look like, be sure to take a look at that. So again, this is just a review of what you're going to be doing each day this week. And also don't forget, on Friday, once you've finished everything up, if you could do that exit ticket, I take a look at those first thing on Monday morning, and it kind of helps me to, as I begin planning for the next week's module, what works for you and what's not working for you. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Otherwise, I think this is going to be a great week, and I'm looking forward to our discussions, both digital and when we're in the Zoom meetings, and I can't wait to see your work.